Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bodycam Reactions. So I think this will be really interesting for you guys to see the cop be on the other side of the arrest for once, right? So you're going to get to see how does a police officer respond when they're the ones that have to do the sobriety test, when they're the ones that's encouraged to answer questions, when they're the ones that are asked to submit to a breathalyzer test, all these things. So it'll be interesting for you guys to see what happens when the shoe's on the other foot and she's the one that's asked to talk. So you guys are going to get to see that if you watch towards the middle and all the way to the end. And then at the beginning, I'm going to talk about a different legal issue that comes up in this case, and you're going to get to see, or you guys can think about, and I'll talk about why they don't need reasonable suspicion to pull her over and talk to her in this case. All right, hope you guys enjoy.
Adrian? Okay, let me get you to follow me up here, okay? If you could, just keep your hands in your pocket. We're going to walk up here. See where that officer is right there? That's where we're walking towards, okay? Yes. So I just want to make sure you're right to drive before I let you get back in the vehicle, okay? How much did you have to drink tonight? Couple glasses of wine? Okay. About how long ago? Okay. Let me have you just stand right in front of my police vehicle right here. Right there where the light is. Okay, go ahead and come right here now. Did you want to leave your purse on? Or can I put it here on my hood real quick? Your purse?
So I want to talk about this legal issue of checkpoints. So checkpoints. So the Supreme Court has held it's constitutional to have these checkpoints where they don't need reasonable suspicion, so they can have like a plan where they stop like every car or every third car, something like that. You've probably seen that before. So they've held that's constitutional, so they can just kind of stop and check you. But if they want to hold you, or if they want to conduct a more thorough investigation after the original stop, they have to have some kind of reasonable suspicion to go ahead and do the full sobriety test. So I'm going to quick read what the constitutional legal standard is, and then we'll get back to the video. So the Supreme Court has held the Fourth Amendment seizure occurs when a vehicle is stopped at a checkpoint. However, the Supreme Court has held warrantless sobriety checkpoints are constitutional if the seizure is justified by highway safety, the seizure advances the public interest, the intrusion is minimal, and the seizure is carried out pursuant to a plan embodying explicit neutral limitations on the conduct of individual officers. So if it's like a neutral plan like that, then it doesn't give the police officers the discretion, to like target like a particular gender or race or single amount like that. For example, the Supreme Court held the following when considering constitutionality of random DUI checkpoints. In sum, the balance of the state's interest in preventing drunken driving, the extent to which the system can reasonably be said to advance the interest, and the degree of intrusion upon the individual motorists who are briefly stopped weighs in favor of the state program. Detention of particular motorists for more extensive field sobriety tests, however, may require satisfaction of an individual suspicion standard. All right, I'll get back to the video now. I know you guys want to see the sobriety test.
Please come right here. Step on my light and face me, please. Face me. Okay, go ahead and hold your glasses. You don't have anything that prevents you from walking, turning, standing on one leg? Okay. Go ahead and hold your glasses for me, please. Put your feet like this. Your hands at your side. Okay? Look forward to the tip of my finger. You're going to follow that with your eyes only. Your eyes only, okay? You don't have any sort of head injuries, correct? Okay. Put your hands at your side. Okay. Follow my tip of my finger with your eyes only, okay? Don't move your head, okay? You're moving your head. Okay. Go ahead and put your glasses back on. Did you want to keep those on? Your high heels?
I'd rather not.
Do you want to take them off for this part, and then you can put them back on once we're done? Do you have some slips in your truck? Okay. If you want to take them off real quick.
The officer is being very professional here. She told him that she's a police officer, and he didn't even flinch. He just kind of kept going on about his job, like she didn't even say anything. So good for him.
And I did hear you earlier. You said you're off duty SO. Do you have anything on your person? Okay. Is it in your vehicle?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and stand right there and face the other police car. All right. So I'm going to get you in the starting position, and then I'm going to explain, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to do it, and then you're going to perform it, okay? So can you picture a straight line from where you are towards the other cop vehicle? Okay. About 2 inches the width of your foot. I want you to put your left foot down on that line, and your right foot in front of your left like that, heel to toe. So your right foot in front of your left. Okay, put your hands at your side. Stay on that position until I tell you to otherwise. Do you understand? Okay, so you're going to take 9 heel toe steps from where you are towards that other cop car, okay? You're going to look down at your feet, keep your hands at your side, and count every step as you take it. Once you reach the 9th step, you're going to plant that foot that you land on, turn around in a series of short, small steps, and return back in the same manner in a straight line, okay? It's going to look like this. Watch me. So 1, 2, 3. Once you reach your 9th step, you're going to plant that foot and turn around. Turn back. 1, 2, 3. I did 3. How many are you going to do?
9.
Okay, 9 going, 9 coming back. You're not going to stop till you fully complete it. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and begin whenever you're ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8. Okay, go ahead and turn around. Okay, for this next part, just put your feet together like this and your hands at your side. You're going to take a foot of your choosing, either your right or your left, whichever one you want, okay? You're going to hold it parallel to the ground 6 inches, the size of a Coke can. Keep your hands at your side, both legs straight. You're going to count aloud while staring at the tip of that foot, okay? You're going to count aloud so I can hear you. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005 until I tell you to stop. Do you understand? Okay? I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then you're going to do it, okay? It's going to look like this. This is parallel. Your hands at your side, both legs straight. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005 until I tell you to stop. Do you have any questions on that? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, you ready? Go ahead and start whenever you're ready. Okay, go to the top. Okay, go ahead and put your shoes back on.
Yeah, she was definitely taking a while to, or she was definitely not exactly walking straight. And then, honestly, look at how long it takes her to put her shoes back on. That kind of makes it look like she's kind of. I'm sure she's completely sober. It wouldn't take her like 10 minutes to put her shoes back on. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. But still, I mean, this is very incriminating that it's this hard for you to put your shoes on, to be honest.
Okay, let's go back to my unit. So who you with? Are you with BCSO or over here? Okay, go ahead and face my unit. Put your hands behind your back. Okay. So how come you're out here driving if you know that there's help for us and like you can drive and you can get... So this is a sad moment for me right now, okay? I've never had to arrest another cop. How come you didn't call for a ride or something?
Like in these cases, I usually talk about how the right to remain silent, and you don't have to keep giving the police evidence to arrest you, giving you more and more evidence to ultimately convict you. Notice how in this case, when it's the cop getting arrested, she's basically keeping her mouth shut and not talking so much right now. And then when the shoe's on the other foot, the cop's just saying, "Oh, I just want to figure out what's going on. Let's just tell me everything." Da, da, da. But notice how when they're the one getting arrested, they know that they should keep their mouth shut. And then also look at her decision whether or not to take the sobriety or the breathalyzer test and what you think about that.
I know it's not easy to go through the hard stuff, but you know, and as well as I do, all the stuff we have available for rides and everything, okay? So listen to me, I'm about to tell you something important. You're under arrest for drinking and driving, driving while intoxicated. The New Mexico Flight Consent Act requires you to submit to a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse, a laboratory technician, or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid for by a law enforcement agency. Do you agree to take our test? I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license and non-resident operating privilege for 1 year if you are convicted in the court while driving under the influence. You may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. Your right to speak to an attorney or remain silent does not apply to the requirement of the Mexico law that you take a breath test. Do you agree to be tested? No?
Interesting that she decided not to be tested, even though that he told her, at least that's what he read, that it could subject her to, a harsher sentence, and if she's convicted, the 1 year suspension of her driver license. So, I mean, she definitely couldn't be one of these street cops if she loses her driver's license. So, yeah, she put herself in a really tough spot.
Okay, dame. No. Your jacket? Oh, your jogging pants. And you don't have your duty weapon on you at all? Open your mouth for me. Okay, let's go over here.